What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you rocking with me. We're just leaving the estate sale video that you'll probably see after this, I would guess. But had a little estate sale here, and well, you'll see it in the video. I don't need to talk about it. I've been hesitating to make this video for a couple reasons. One, because I've made it once before, and as Dashi teaches us, don't count chickens. Don't count your chickens. Basically, I guess I'll try to make this long story short. I've been thinking about what to say for the last week or so, and, you know, kind of rehearsed my speech, and now I'm gonna throw the whole thing out like I always do. But as I record this, it's May 5th. I have been informed that my contract is not being renewed. So for all intents and purposes, I'll be unemployed as of April 1st. Now, I say don't count chickens for a couple reasons. One, this is like the third or fourth time they've ended my contract or didn't renew my contract, and then at the last minute changed their mind and pushed it out months. If you're new to the channel, I'm a contract consultant, mostly talent acquisition and HR, and I started with a client last January. It was supposed to end September or October. I was convinced all through the pandemic that it was going to end that week. Like that Friday, they're going to tell me they're done. They're not, you know, because why would they? Why wouldn't they be done? The whole month of most of June and most of July, I didn't do any work for them. I got paid. I didn't do any work. They just kept telling me to hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. We're not letting you go. Don't look for another job. They were like so convinced I was going to run. I was like, okay, it's your money. And then end of July, they're like, hey, we got to finally cut it. We're going to have to cut you at the end of August, which I thought was crazy. They gave me a month's notice. I thought that was awesome. And then I started ramping up to go full-time on eBay. And then 2 weeks later, they're like, hey, can you stay another month? Sure. A month turned into like 6 or 8 weeks. And then they asked me to stay through the end of the year. And then they asked me to stay through the end of February and then the end of March. And I basically figured it was 50-50 at this point if I was going to be extended. And I was starting to lean towards the not, simply because there'd been a bunch of management changes. And while I had a really, really good relationship with my old manager, I didn't have a strong relationship with my new one. We just didn't click. No complaints, no criticisms. There's nothing wrong with her. We just didn't click. And so I kind of figured, like, okay, at this point, there's not going to be any personal incentive to find something for me to do yet. A lot can change in the next couple of weeks. And then on the other side of that, the company that I actually work for, they have an incentive to keep me working, obviously. So they've got a bunch of clients they want to put me in front of. Actually, some of them are really interesting. And the compensation is such that I won't be able to say no. There's just be too much money on the table. So we'll see. But right now I'm operating under the presumption that I am going to be unemployed here in about 3 weeks. Full disclosure, I have basically not listed anything on eBay since the middle of October. Between my work, my wife's work, and our son, there just hasn't been free time. And then when we had the post office apocalypse during the election and Christmas, I mean, you guys saw that video. I closed my store for, you know, a month. And I was just like, okay, you know, I had that luxury of not doing eBay for a month, you know, and that was nice. I just didn't have to sweat it and have to worry about it. And then, you know, coming into January, I just was a little bit kind of, not in a funk, that's not the right word, but I was, beaten down's not right either. I was just out of it, you know, I just wasn't on the grind. eBay is a grind, no matter what. Now, it's a fun grind, especially during garage sale season, man. When you're going out and sourcing all the time and finding treasures, that's when it's fun, you know. And you go home and you list it, and you know, and it sells in a couple days, and you're like, you know, I was right, you know. And you get those wins, those constant wins. And so when that stuff slowed down because there was no garage sales and I wasn't listing, it just became a little more of a grind, a little more of a drag. And like I said, I had enough things vying for my attention and my focus that it was easy to kind of just disregard it. So we had to reset. This week, not today, obviously, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, my wife and I went listing crazy. We've set ourselves monthly goal for how many new listings. It will require me to up my eBay store level. I just have a starter store right now. I'm definitely going to have to jump to a basic before the month is over. I did just see, very cool, that they are realigning the store. So the basic store, it didn't make sense. So starter is $5 a month. Basic, I think, is $20. Starter gets 250 listings. Basic gets 350 listings. Didn't make sense. At that point, you know, just open a second starter store, you know? And I think a lot of people did. Well, they're changing it now where the basic store is going to have 1,000 listings, which is awesome. I think that's going to put 90%, I would guess, of eBay sellers who are anything above casual are going to be good to go with the basic store. And I think that's fantastic. So that, I guess, starts April 1st. I have to get to April 1st. And like I said, I'm probably going to be out of listings here in the next week or two. If it gets close, I might just float it until the end of the month. Like if we're doing 20 a day, we'll see how it goes. So much of my listings are media, and you actually get like 10,000 renewals on your media listing. So like I don't get dinged for a lot of my renewals. So I don't even really know how many I need to have, you know what I mean? But yeah, so we've been listing. I almost said listening. We've been listing. Oh shit, I went the wrong way. Ah, fudge. I knew I was gonna do that too. All right, that's all right. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I could have gone that way. Really, lady? I really went the wrong way. It's not a big deal. It's like I'm like half a mile away. It's so weird over here in town. Like you don't realize. Like I'm downtown. I made a right instead of a left, I guess, and in 30 seconds ended up in the heart of downtown instead of the heavy residential area that I intended to be at. It's so funny. Anyway, I love living here so much. I can't wait till this pandemic is over because I just love where we live so much, but everything is closed, or mostly closed, or the experience is ruined because you can't, you know, you have to take it and go and it's raining and all that stuff. So we've been listing heavy every day. Our goal is 20 listings a day. I just kind of picked that number arbitrarily, honestly, because it's Lonnie's figure over at Garage Flips. And, you know, it seemed like a good number for us. She's never listed before. She's just listing for the first time this week. And so there was a little bit of a learning curve. She picked it up super fast. I knew she would, no big deal. She's been working through all of the CDs that I bought. And then I think she's going to be working through the records. I've been listing a bunch of odds and ends that I just have picked up at auction and never got listed. I had a bunch of action figures that a year ago were basically worthless, and now are worth selling. Like, that whole market has gone up. Actually, I had a little bit of a sad moment. I was looking up a figure, and another figure popped up and said it was going for 50 bucks. And I was like, hey, I have that one. And I thought about it, I'm like, or did I sell that one? I sold it for 25 September of 2019, because that's what it was worth. And that was a double up for me. You know, it was out of my personal collection. It was that one hurt a little bit, but that's just the way the market's been, you know, this whole year. All that stuff has gone up. But anyway, sold a bunch of action figures. I've already sold. I sold some starting lineup figures that were not in good condition and were literally worthless a year ago. I sold the two of them for 25 bucks a piece, or total, I mean. I think I talked about it maybe already. I sold that Bride of Chucky figure set again. It sold for $60 this time. Like, it's you know, I think I sold it for like 35 the last 2 or 3 times I sold it. I don't remember what else sold. I had some Freemason coins. I almost put those on auction, but I couldn't find any exact comps, so I just listed them and they sold within hours, which that always makes you think, God, did I sell them for too little? But I got those for nothing. I pulled those out of a distant family member's house that was being torn down. We went years ago. I mean, this was probably 20 years ago or more. We went over there to help like clean it out, and it was all going to the dump. And I was trying to go through stuff. I was trying to pull out cool shit. Even then, I was like, hey, I'll sell this stuff on eBay. And I just never did. It's been sitting in boxes forever. And after we moved, you know, I was going through those boxes and I had these coins, and anyways, sold those. There's something else that sold really quick. Oh, an old, not a Cyber Shot, but a Canon PowerShot camera that my wife had, and it's just been sitting forever. But that sold for, you know, like 20 bucks. I think or 25 bucks. I think the day I listed it. So, which is weird because there's a lot of competition on those. I think, honestly, if I can pat myself on the back, I think my picture game is so much better now than it used to be. After a year of listing and setting up that picture station, even though it's small and it's not great, but setting that up in the back corner there really helped a lot. But anyway, so that's that. I've been buying this whole time. Like I said, tons of records, tons of CDs. I've got a ton of video games to list. I took a bunch of stuff down off of eBay, a bunch of big heavy electronics, because I was going to put them on Facebook Marketplace, just because I was so sick of the scamming and the returns and all that shit on eBay. I'm still going to do that, particularly with like the Xbox 360s. I'm so far into the profit on those buys, and I'm into them for so little, that if I can sell them on Marketplace for 50 bucks, that's still profit on those. Presuming that I almost said March 1st. Presuming that April 1st, I'm a free agent, we're gonna be doing a lot of sourcing videos. We're gonna have to. One of my goals is to source new product every week, no matter what. I want to bring in some new item. How am I going to do that? Well, we're going to get back to the thrift stores. I'm actually going to go into Goodwill today. I hit my goal for today already because I went to the estate sale, right? So I've hit my goal for this week. It doesn't matter how much. I'm not going to be buying just to be buying, but I want to source new product every week. So we've hit that. We're going to give it another go at the Goodwill that's you know, right there by Costco, where we are headed anyway. Actually, the auction that I got the Chucky dolls and stuff out of, so last year when everything shut down, I was looking on a high bid and proxy bid. I was trying to source product, and I basically bought from 2 auction houses. One was horrible to work with. They weren't auction houses. They were like pawn shops basically. But one was horrible to work with. The other one was wonderful to work with. But I've seen that place has an auction like every couple of weeks, and I've just kind of thumbed through it, and there's a lot of good stuff that they put up, and it doesn't go for a ton of money, which is nice. The only thing that sucks is it's like 2-hour round trip to go pick it up, so I'm gonna want to make sure that I'm making a huge pickup in those, you know, when I'm buying from them. I want to make sure that I'm in on a lot of stuff. The auction house I normally buy from, I can't afford to buy from them anymore. That stuff is getting bid up to like full retail on the first day of the auction. There's a great auction this week, and I'm already priced out of everything. I don't think I'm winning a single item anymore. There's a couple that I might go in on a little bit higher, but at this rate, it's Friday. There's still 2.5 days of bidding left. I don't see winning any of that stuff. So, but again, if I'm off work, I have the time. You know, you don't want to waste your time, obviously, but I have the time to go get it. It got dark and rainy real freaking fast. I don't even think you can see me at this point. But that's the plan. We'll see if my wife goes back to work in September. We're kind of on the fence about that. And if she doesn't, then we'll go on, you know, assuming we're all vaccinated, we'll be going on road trips, sourcing road trips. We might just get in the car and drive down to see the family in Arizona, and we'll just stop along the way and see what we can find, you know. So I'd like to hit more Goodwills. We have a couple of bin stores that I'll make a point to go to. There's actually a couple of Goodwills close-ish. They're just kind of not close, so I never go to them. But we'll go hit those anyway. So that's what we'll be working on. We're just going to be sourcing, listing, and selling, and continuing to buy. We'll be all over, you know, Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of stuff I see on Facebook Marketplace that I'm like, oh yeah, I can make a little money with that. But by the time I go get it and spend all my time doing it, you know, my free time, it's like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? But there is no free time at that point. You know, you gotta make it worth your time. You know, take a day, go pick up the stuff, go hit a Goodwill or whatever, and keep it pushing. So we'll see. That's the plan. Don't count chickens. It's still early. It's only March 5th. I actually had somebody reach out to me this morning about one of those clients, so we'll see. I'm really on the fence because I really want to go full time. To be perfectly honest, my wife really wants to do it. She really wants us to be in business for ourselves. It's been a goal of ours for basically the last 10 plus years. And we've had fits and starts with it, but like this time it feels real. Like this time it feels like we're really in a position to do it. Part of it is having our house and having all of our property. And you know, we haven't made a lot of progress on cultivating and building out the food forest, but you know, we're making steps towards that. And it feels like we're making, even though it's a little bit incremental, we're making progress. And you know, that's going to be a lot of work, and it's not going to really generate money probably, but it's going to you know, provide stability and provide resources for us. So it just feels real this time. So we're really excited, but I'm realistic about what I expect to make, you know, reselling. I'm realistic about the costs involved because of where we live and like how much, you know, gas I'm gonna have to burn through to go get stuff, and how much time I'm gonna sink to go get stuff. And you know, the reality is that the more you buy, the greater likelihood that you're gonna make bad buys and stuff doesn't sell. You know, so I'm really cognizant of being realistic on those expectations. And so, you know, if someone puts an offer in front of me that's relatively easy work, you know, I'm gonna have to take it. So I think it's 50-50 at this point, but we'll see what happens. So that's that. I guess there isn't much else to say about it. We're listing like crazy. We're ramping up on eBay. I might start doing occasional what sold videos again, because that's another thing. I'll have more time to do YouTube, which I'm looking forward to. I want to do more stuff. Uploading is still a problem, but I've kind of worked around that, and I can, if I'm running around all the time, you know, sourcing, it'll be a lot easier. I won't have to make special arrangements to upload because I'll be out anyway. So we can do some more YouTube videos. I don't know if I talked about it, but I put my deposit down for Starlink. So that's allegedly supposed to be available to us this summer sometime. So we'll see how that goes. I'd love to be able to do live streaming again. I used to do a lot of live streaming, and I really enjoyed doing that. I like YouTube because I don't have to schedule it. I can kind of do it whenever. I can edit it up. I can make it clean. I can, you know, cancel the whole thing if it sucks. You know, so I do like that, but I like doing live streaming too, and I know some of you guys like seeing that. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. Oh yeah, so we're gonna do what sold videos probably. I know I've said that I'm kind of over them, and I kind of am, but you know, I look at guys like Lonnie and John and Cincinnati Picker. I really like the way that they do them, and so I'm gonna, you know, kind of try to replicate it. It'll be a little bit tough right now because I'm still kind of crammed in my office, but when we get the eBay shed, then I'll be able to kind of do the full thing. So they're gonna be a little more vlog style, not just sold this, sold this, sold this. It's gonna be a little more vloggy as I'm pulling orders, and I'm definitely not gonna worry about those until we're selling like 10 items a day. You know, I'm not gonna do one for like the 2 or 3 things that are selling a day right now. It's not worth it. But when we get to that point, we'll probably start doing those again. A lot of sourcing videos. If you like the garage sale videos and the thrifting videos, gonna be a lot of those, because we're gonna be doing a lot of that. You know, right now we have a ton of inventory, but that don't last long. you don't have a lot of inventory for very long. So I guess I'll take you guys with me. I'm running into Walmart. I gotta do a little grocery shopping. I guess I'll take y'all with me, and we'll hit the clearance aisle, and we'll do a little fig hunting. And what is that? Oh, okay. I saw a sign. I thought someone was going out of business. I was about to go hit it up. The GameStop, what are they at? What does that say? 40%, I think. I think I'm gonna be done before GameStop is open, but maybe we'll... No, we're not gonna go in there. It was a waste of time last time. All right, that's it for this one. Appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.